Hi there. Today we are going to demonstrate the ultimate body peel. We're going to be using our yogurt power peel as well as our rose petal body products. Before we get started though, I just want to show you how we have the table layered so that you've got the setup properly done before your guest arrives. We start off with the warming pad. I do have this set to low now, but set that to your comfort level. On top of that we have our fitted sheet and then a nice flat sheet. We're going to be wrapping our guest in a thermal blanket. You can just get this at any emergency supply store. The thermal blanket, though, we want to make sure that we keep it clean, so we do have a layer between that and our guest. Some of our customers like to use a plastic sheet, but because that's not the most environmentally sound, we do have a recyclable paper sheet that I like to use. So we're putting that between our guest and the thermal blanket. And then once the guest is laying down and she's comfortable, then we'll also layer on top of her a regular sheet and the top comforter. So we will get started here in just a moment. All right, we are going to get started with our ultimate body peel. I have Tina here with me today. Thank you so very much for joining me and being my model for this. I'm sure it's really tough to come in on a day off and have a body treatment done.
Oh yes, I'm excited.
Now, our protocols are written to have the fewest turns for our guests. So you do notice that I have Tina face up to begin with. Some spas will start face down, some start face up, however you want to do it. But as we go through the service today, you'll see why I have chosen to start my guest face up. I really don't want her to have to flip and turn a whole lot during the service. An optional thing that you can add into your body treatments is the beginning of a dry brush. We start off the service with a dry brush to kind of loosen up that dead skin that's on the surface so that when we go in with our exfoliant, which in this case is the yogurt power peel, it can really get in there and do a great job to help soften her skin. So we'll start off with a little dry brush. Not necessary in the protocol, but it's a great step to add in if you have that. So I like to start the dry brushing with the legs. And remember for our guests' privacy that we will always only expose the area that we're currently working on. So with the dry brush, I'm right-handed, so I can't have that on my left hand, or I'm not going to be able to do anything. We're going to just start in little light circular motions on her legs and her feet. But remember, we're going to move up toward the heart, as we do with most massage type techniques. As we're stimulating that circulation, we're going to get all that lymph up toward her heart, rather than letting it settle in her feet. Now, in order to get the backs of her legs, rather than have her flip over so that I'm doing the backs of her legs that way, I will simply lift her leg here at the knee and work on the underneath side. Depending on your guest, your comfort level with your guest's comfort level with you, and what they're expecting for their service, they may actually want you to work on their buttocks as well. Not all guests like that, so be sure that during your consultation, you're discussing how far are we going. Okay, I'm going to put that leg down. We'll move on to the right leg. And I will probably be in the camera way for a few minutes, so you're stuck looking at the back of my head, I think. Let me do it this way. Just nice, easy strokes, just to loosen up that dead skin.
It actually feels really nice too.
Does it feel nice? Good.
Yeah.
I like having my back scratched, and to me the dry brushing kind of feels like that.
Especially where it's winter right now.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, we're in Indianapolis and it's like 20 degrees today, so it's definitely nice to do a service like this in the middle of winter. And again, we're just going to lift that leg up. You can relax. And just dry brush the backs of her legs. Down to her tootsies. And then once we've done her legs, I like to start with the arms. We'll do the arms and we'll do the décolleté area. And then we'll have her set up so we can do her back. That's why I have her face up, because otherwise she'd be turning and rolling around, so that I can dry brush and then I can apply my exfoliant and then the body wrap, and we don't want her rolling around like a rotisserie chicken. Alright, just some light brushing here. Start over her right arm. Again, pushing toward her body, toward her heart with our movements. And this is an all-over body treatment, so sometimes our guests will want us to work on their abdomen as well. Some are not as comfortable with that. Some women will want us to work on their breasts. So make sure that you're asking the appropriate questions before you get started, because you don't want to disappoint them if they were expecting something that you're not doing, but you also don't want to invade their privacy if they're a little bit more modest. So then for the décolleté, just very light motions, just to loosen up the skin. Beautiful. Now, we're going to start on her back, and so I'm going to have her set up for a few minutes. So what I'm going to have you do, Tina, is hold your hand over your breast so that when you sit up, your sheet stays in place. And we'll sit up, and then I can start working on her back. We'll do the dry brush here. But then what we're going to do, rather than have her lay back down and then get back up and then lay back down, we are going to apply all of our products to her back now and then get started on the rest of her body. So again, this is why I have her start face up rather than have her continually flip throughout the service. So the next thing that we're going to be doing is the yogurt power peel, which I left over here. Yogurt power peel is our 20% lactic acid peel. The pH on this is close to a 2. So on our face, we only leave it on for 3 to 5 minutes. On the skin on our body, however, we can leave it on a little bit longer. That skin's a little bit tougher. We're also going to be applying the body wrap over the top of the yogurt power peel. And you can see I just did one pump for her whole back. You don't need a lot of product. The body wrap, we are going to use the rose petal, our beautiful firming rose petal body wrap. You're only going to need a couple of ounces for the entire body, so I usually like to prep it and pour it in a little bowl first, and then I'll just scoop out a little bit and put it on her back. This might be a little chilly, sorry.
It's okay.
So we're just going to apply this over the top of that yogurt power peel. A little tiny bit more. Beautiful. And then I'll set that down and then go ahead and lay back down for me.
Smells good too.
Good. Now I'm going to apply the yogurt power peel over the rest of her body, and then we'll go back in with the firming rose petal body wrap. So we've got a little bit of yogurt power peel. I just did about one pump here. We're going to do about a pump on this arm, up to the décolleté area. And this is just an application. This is not a massage step or anything like that, so we don't need to be taking too much time with this step, but we want to be sure that we do cover her skin entirely, especially those elbows. Going across the décolleté, and then down this arm. And I am going to need just a little bit more. That pump didn't quite last me as long as I wanted it to. Now remember with the yogurt power peel, it is a very, very active peel. If your guest has broken skin or any sort of an irritation, a rash, or even like a razor burn, don't put this on that area. It would be very, very uncomfortable for our guest.
Does it tingle or anything like that usually? Or?
Sometimes it tingles. Are you feeling it tingling?
No, I just
Okay.
wondered if it would, like on a razor burn and stuff.
Oh, if it's on a razor burn, it's going to burn.
Okay.
It's going to be very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah, good question. Now, do another pump for this leg. And again, when we apply, we're going to lift your leg up to get that underneath side. All the way down. And you can see I don't have a very, very thick and heavy layer of the yogurt power peel on. You don't need to actually see the product to know that it's there and know that it's working. So we're going to put that leg down. We're going to come back in a moment with the wrap. So we're going to go ahead and leave that leg exposed. And we're going to tuck our sheets between the legs right now. Again, we want to make sure that we are maintaining our guest's privacy at all times, which can feel a little awkward sometimes, but it's really, really important that they understand that this is a great pampering service. We don't want them to feel uncomfortable. We don't want them to feel embarrassed. And we want to be sure that we're maintaining all the modesty that we can, because this is supposed to be a nice and relaxing service. And if we are not doing a good job maintaining the modesty, it's not very relaxing. Okay, so we've got that yogurt power peel on, all over the body, on her back, on her arms, on her legs, and now we are going to put the body wrap on top and actually start wrapping her.
You know, even though you said you can't see it, I feel it. Like
You do feel
I
it?
feel the layer, you know.
Okay.
Like it feels like a really light lotion almost.
Oh, good.
Because it's really thin, but it feels great,
Good.
the peel.
Now we've got our body wrap, which, you know, in the facial treatment, this is the equivalent to the facial treatment mask. So we're putting this on, and now we want to begin wrapping to kind of seal this in. So we take our paper, cover this leg. I'm trying to stay out of the way a little bit. And then we also take our foil and cover too. Now once we get this other leg, we can cover a little bit easier and then remove the main blanket. So our body wrap goes over the yogurt, around the whole leg. You have a bruise on your knee. I'm trying to not hit that knee. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
No, I was like, that looks terrible for this probably, but that's what it is.
I'm just trying to not run over it too much.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
All right. Nice thin layer here. And wrap.
I tried to fall forward instead of back. 'Cause I don't
That's a smart thing to do.
Yeah.
That's a smart thing to do. So now we have got her midsection nice and covered for her privacy, and we can begin to take the blanket, the nice blanket that we had, away so that we're not getting a bunch of wrap and a bunch of product on that. Take privacy blankets here. Move this up. Try not to expose. And then this is where the extra sheet comes in handy, because we can take that and wrap it around as well for that cocoon effect. There we go. And now, she's just got a nice big pile of blanket on her. Wrap on this arm. Now, if you are doing the guest's abdominal area and not her breasts, we want to be sure that you keep her breasts covered for her privacy. So we would oftentimes lay a hand towel across that area and then pull the blankets down. So that's a really nice and easy way to give her some privacy there. And I hear the dog barking. We have office dogs, and she likes to let us know when somebody's coming in to visit. Now, if your guest is claustrophobic, this is not the right service for them. So we want to be sure that your guest is not afraid of enclosed spaces, because we are cocooning them. We are wrapping them. And this is not going to be a good service for someone who gets nervous in that sort of a situation. Where's your arm? Let me get your arm. There we go. Thank you. She's got to help me on this one.
Oh my gosh, I'm like falling asleep. It's very cozy in here. I like the cocoon.
Good. And it's nice and warm. I just have the heater on low. You can have that up as high as you want, but I was afraid with these lights it might get too hot in here for you, so we just have it on low. So then we're going to wrap this arm in our paper, in our Mylar blanket, put our blankets over the top, and then we can pull this out, and I'm sorry if I whack you in the face with it. Ta-da! And there we go. We've kept her nice and secure and modest, and I still need to put a little bit on your décolleté, so we'll do that really quickly. Now you want your wrap to stay on for about 20 minutes. So during that time, it's a really nice option to do like a scalp massage for your guest. Some people like to do a mini facial or maybe a mini chemical peel, something like that. So we want to do something nice and pampering for that 20 minutes. and we'll let her set. We'll let the body wrap do its job, and we'll be back. All right, we have done some good processing for at least 20 minutes now, and we are going to start the removal process. So the removal, we want to be sure, again, to maintain the privacy, but we also are going to try to keep our nice sheets nice. We're going to do what we can to not get a bunch of product on them. You can see that I did layer the nice sheets over the top of the cocoon, because as we're slipping her out of the cocoon and we're going to pull the soiled sheets and things away from her, we want to be able to cover her with something that's clean. So we'll keep this on top the best that we can. We're going to start removing from her back, because that's the first place that we started. So we want to go ahead and get that taken off. I just like to use nice warm steam towels, which these have been in here for quite some time getting ready for us, so they're pretty nice and warm. If you're doing some sort of like a cellulite release service, or some sort of a hot treatment where you've mixed in the cinnamon or something like that with your mask, you want to be sure that you're using room temperature or cool towels. Using hot steam towels with a hot product is very, very uncomfortable, but we don't have that issue today. So I'm going to have you, if you would just sit up again for me, if you can. This is a great abdominal workout for our guests. Yeah. And you're just going to remove this down while we are keeping the sheet up for her privacy. There we go. And normally there's not a camera in the room while you're doing your service, so I would be standing on that side to help out. And I just lost my towel. There it is. So we're just going to take our nice steam towel and we're going to put it across her back area. Now this is just the removal, but because again I don't want her to have to keep getting up and sitting back down and rolling around, we are going to go ahead and apply the lotion to her back while she's still sitting up. If, however, you're extending the service and adding in a massage, you can wait and you can apply it later, because you will have her turn for a full body massage afterwards. But we're just treating this today like a lotion application. We've got a rose petal body lotion. 1 pump should be sufficient for her back. If she's very, very dry, then we can add in 1 or 2 drops of one of the body oils. I like the firming grapeseed body oil myself. And just a nice little application on the skin. It smells like springtime in here.
Mm-hmm. It smells great.
And you notice that I've got the Mylar blanket and the paper down here. So we're going to start kind of rolling this inward so that none of the wrap is going to touch her skin when she lays back down. So I'm going to have her, if you would please lay back down. And we've got her arms out, so we're going to take our towel to her arms. Then we'll do her arms and legs, and then we'll apply the lotion to the front of her body all together. Sorry, this is too hot.
No, that's good.
They've been in the warmer for a couple of hours now.
It's funny, I do run straight hot baths. So
Oh, do you? Okay, good.
that could
So
be
this probably
why
feels
my
good.
skin's dry too.
Well, that could be. Now you notice that we are just doing a towel removal with the wrap. If you have a Vichy shower, you're going to be rinsing it off with your Vichy. If you have a standing shower in your room, you will have your guest stand up, walk to the shower, and rinse off themselves. That's an easier time for you to change those sheets, but it's not quite as relaxing for your guest. Make sure we're not exposing you, which we were not yet, but we were getting close. Towels. We want to make sure that we're getting all of the wrap off, because we don't really want to leave any behind because we're going to feel sticky. Beautiful. Normally you can get away with about 5, sometimes 6 towels depending on your guest. I always make extra because I'm a klutz and I tend to drop them on the floor, and you don't want to use it once you've dropped it on the floor. So now we're going to start on the legs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start unwrapping our little cocoon here. Now remember that we started pushing the blanket's down. So right now they're gathered close to her buttocks, and we'll slip it underneath after we get this leg done. So we're trying to do some like magic tricks here with like pulling the tablecloth off.
We did that in nursing. Changing dirty sheets on a person that's unconscious.
Oh goodness, yeah.
That's what you do.
Yep. Do what you can to slip these out.
Mhm.
Okay. That's great. I do love my steam towels, especially this time of year when it's cold outside. It's cold and yucky. So we'll do that. And then remember, we're just going to lift her leg up to get the underneath side. Make sure we're getting all of that wrap. If you've gone up to the buttocks, make sure you're wiping that off nicely because she doesn't want to walk around with sticky on her buns. And then now is the fun part of trying to slip this from underneath our guest. So I'll ask you to just lift up just a smidge. There we go. And that was easy enough. And then we put her leg down. Not very gingerly, but there we go. So she's nice there, and we've still maintained her privacy, and we're still keeping her nice and covered. Now, we will get another towel so we can do the other leg. And I will be kind of sort of in the way on this one, but I'll do my best to not be too in the way. Removing this treatment mask and the yogurt power peel at the same time. I've got all of my Mylar and paper blanket kind of gathered here. And we're just going to twist this underneath her leg once we lift her leg up. Here. And then we'll take the blanket. Set her leg down. Nice and gently on the table. Thank you, ma'am. Voila. It's not always the smoothest operation, but practice makes perfect. And it's really more a matter of trying to keep our guest clean and maintain her privacy while we are removing the soiled sheets. Okay? So now we're going to start on the lotion application portion. Now again, remember, if you were doing a full body massage with this treatment, now you would begin your normal massage steps. So if you prefer to start your massage at the décolleté in the arm area, you'll start there, and then you'll work to your feet, and then you'll have the guest flip. But this is just today a lotion application, so it doesn't really matter what order we go in. But because I took the wrap off of her arms and décolleté first, and they've been kind of exposed, and they're probably feeling a little dry, we're going to hit those first with my lotion, which is over here. Again, feel free to use a little bit of body oil if you feel it's necessary. If you are doing the massage, you definitely are going to need a little bit of that body oil to give you some better slip, because you want to be sure that you're maintaining that slip throughout the entirety of the massage and not having to go back in and reapply more lotion. Now the rose petal is one of my favorite body wraps. This time of year, we're recording this just after Valentine's Day. Roses are huge. Everybody's doing rose treatments. So that's one of the reasons that I chose this. It is seasonally appropriate, but it's also a wonderful treatment for most skin types. Roses are anti-inflammatory. They're very calming and soothing for the skin. They also are very, very hydrating. Rose petals have wonderful oils in them that deeply hydrate the skin. They're also beneficial for a guest that has broken veins, broken capillaries. They help to strengthen that capillary wall. So it's a wonderful body treatment for anybody that's dry or sensitive or has those little broken veins. And it's also a really nice fragrance, very fresh. But again, this service that we're demonstrating is called the Ultimate Body Peel. You can use these exact same techniques and movements with any one of the body wraps that we have. You just want to use your yogurt power peel. If they are very, very sensitive, you can use one of the other exfoliants instead, but then you wouldn't be doing the peel protocol. You'd be using maybe the rose hip exfoliator or even the spinach and horsetail. You can also use this service or use this treatment with the botanical AHA instead of the yogurt power peel if you want something that's just a little bit less active. And also very, very fragrant.
So is that grapeseed oil? It's, okay.
Yes, very, very hydrating. And grape seed helps to work with our collagen and our elastin in our skin, so it helps just to give us some nice bounce back. So it's a great firming oil too.
Now, can you use that on your face as well?
You can, absolutely. Absolutely. We've actually got a great product line called the Grape Stem Cell Solutions that's for mature skins, for people that are a little bit older than us. Older than Tina, not me. It uses grape stem cells to firm and tone the skin, and it also has a little grapeseed oil in it, so you get that great benefit as well as the stem cell benefits.
Nice.
All right. Oops, I just scratched you. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, I am not a massage therapist, so this is not always the best treatment for me to demo for my guests because they don't get the best massage that they could possibly get. But you know, I think in this world where we are so afraid of the physical touch, any sort of physical touch and application is beneficial.
Yes.
And again, if we are doing the breast and the abdominal area, we will be sure that we would uncover that, but obviously on camera we're not doing that today. If we were to do the abdominal area, be sure that you are going in the clockwise motion for assisting the digestion. We don't want to go counterclockwise. Can you feel any difference with your skin? Does it feel more hydrated? Does it feel softer? What are your thoughts so far?
It feels a lot more hydrated and soft. Yes, very, very soft.
Good. And she smells like roses.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a copy already of this particular protocol, let us know. Give us a call here at the office. We're happy to email it to you. We do have most of our protocols up in the partner portal on our website. If you do not have access to that, let us know. We do have a whole bunch of other body wraps and body treatments, as well as, of course, our manicure and pedicure protocols and our facial protocols. We also will help you customize and write something based on your product selection and what you're hoping to address. So don't be shy about calling us and asking for help.
I think what I like so much about it is that it's almost like it awakens the skin as well. Like, it just feels
It's refreshing.
really, yeah, it really does. My skin was just so dry.
I'm
and
going to
just
create an
so,
Alika addict out of Tina today.
yeah, for real. I'll be finding somebody that uses these.
This is her first experience with our products.
I've not, yeah.
She's going to be hooked now.
Well, and, you know, when you have autoimmune issues, you want to use products that are all natural.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I've been looking for stuff like this, so this is nice.
Well, when we're done here, we'll put together some fun products for you to take home and try and see what you like.
Yeah. Because a lot of products that I have tried in the spas, they either, that's why I was asking about the tingle stuff. Because a lot of them, they'll tingle or they'll burn.
Yeah.
You know, with the masks or peels or whatever, for me. And then, or if left on too long, I'll have issues with rash or something
Absolutely.
later.
Absolutely.
And with this, I was like, man, this just actually feels like just lotion, like nothing, you know, it feels good. And it
Not
smells
gonna
good.
hurt
It
ya.
doesn't have like the chemical smell, you know.
Oh, definitely no chemicals.
Yeah, it just smells good.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's vibrating, or vibrant, I guess is the word, vibrant.
I love it.
I love it.
Good. We'll get you hooked.
Yeah,
All
I love
right.
roses anyway, the smell.
Me too. Me too. All right. Well, thank you for watching today. Hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to call us at any time. The office number here is 888-290-6238. My extension's 109, but you can also speak with customer service. Give us a call if you need any help at all. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day.